craft brews and casual conversations. My name is Kermit the Frog, and I like to occasionally strum my banjo and think about all the great conversations I have on my porch. Miss Piggy every once in a while leaves me alone, and I'm set to do whatever I want, and I like it that way. Miss Piggy is quite the crazy lady. I think my voice is going away now, so sit tight and listen to this.
Cue the intro. Is that what you want?
Let's get fucked up. Kermit the
Oh, okay. Now cue the intro.
You're about to hear the greatest show of your life.
Dude.
Dudes with brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
Kermit had to move over, and here we are, the real stars, Rob and Drew. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh man, I am just fantastic.
Are you really
How about you?
fantastic, or are you being facetious?
No, I'm pretty fantastic.
Good. Good. Rob, we're both drinking beer. Different kinds of beer from different places. Similar
unusual.
similar types. I am drinking from Broadleaf Brewery and Spirits, the Chromatic Shatter. This is from Kentwood, Michigan. It is a hazy pale ale, bursting with hops, but still super crushable. Toulouse, Mosaic, and Citra hops are thrown together to give us this 5.5 ABV, and it says 0 on the IBUs. But I'm sure it has some bitterness to it. It must. It is a good hazy. You cannot see through it. It's got the cloudiness. It's got that juice look to it. It smells so gosh darn delicious. I'll give it a sip, shall I? And then you can
I think you should.
you can tell us about yours.
I am drinking from Smog City Brewing, the Grape Ape IPA. So West Coast IPA with using wine grapes.
Interesting.
It says here Grape Ape IPA is essential wine beer hybrid cooked up by the mad scientists at Smog City Brewing Company. Tropical mango, citrus, and fresh berry bursts from the can, thanks to a concoction of Cascade, Mosaic, and HBC 586 hops that will blend seamlessly with the experimental addition of Muscat Grape Must.
All right.
Yeah, it says it will bend your mind and take you on an unexpected flavor trip, combining white wine and hops in this very special elixir.
7.1 on the ABVs, also 0 on the IBUs. Let's the artwork looks cool.
The artwork's really cool in the can, yeah.
Got a little troll on it.
Yeah, it's got a troll.
Or I think it's an ape, actually. That would probably make more sense. Not a troll. An ape.
I think it's a troll. That's
pretending to be an ape.
He's making the concoction that is grape ape.
Yeah. It looks
my interpretation of it.
So it's a little clear. It's not a hazy. It's just your standard IPA. You can see through it. It's got that golden hue, that crisp color. How does the mouth feel give you? Can you swish it around in your teeth like it's some mouthwash? And does it get those juices flowing?
I mean, I'm not gonna swish it like mouthwash.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess. Isn't that what you do with wine? Isn't that what they do? They swish it in the glass and then they sniff it, and then they the wine tastings. You're not supposed to drink it. You just have it in your mouth and then you spit it out.
Right? Yeah, but I don't think do you go through? I don't think you swish through the teeth. I think you
swish how you want to swish.
Gargle. I think you gargle it.
Gargle.
That's what I did when I went wine tasting.
All right. Well, I'm not as sophisticated as you are. You are in the great state of California, so you know the fancy life
Hey,
more
Wisconsin's
than I do.
got a lot of credibility out here. There's not too many people talking smack on Wisconsin. A lot of people want to go there.
Really?
That's what I say too. But yeah, apparently.
And do what?
There's greens there that aren't here. Lambeau Field is for football fans is a definite
Yeah, that's true.
place that people want to go. But tell me about your beer. You took your first sip.
It's good. It's got that. It does have some bitterness to it. It has that good taste, man. The good smell. It's pretty light in the mouth feel, but yeah, the bitterness up front, present. It's good. It doesn't stand out by any means compared to other hazies. It's kind of in line with what it is. Nothing, no cheap tricks, no cheap thrills, no nothing. Just good beer.
Well, the Grape Ape, I will say this. I'm a fan, I'm finding, of Mosaic hops. Very good. And on the back end, you really get that wine aftertaste. It sticks around. So it's a crisp tasting beer, but with the hops up front and then the wine on the back end. That's I really enjoy this beer. They actually have it on at Tony's right now, and then I saw that they had a can of it at the Last Can.
The Last Can.
Where I go and get my craft beer fix for the podcast. Handy Market, Magnolia.
Do they?
California Vista.
When's the last time you drank wine?
Not that long ago. I've drank wine a couple times since I've been out here. When I went to my boss's house before a work party, I had some wine.
With your
at the
boss?
Lodge I hang out with my boss from time to time.
Yeah.
He gave me some plum moonshine. It was really
right.
good.
Great.
Very very smooth, but warm in my belly. Did things to my mind.
Yeah.
And then at Rob's Lodge, there was a lot of wine there. I brought a bottle of Hearst wine made with a specific type of grape that I don't know the name of because I am not sophisticated enough.
Some
Tangerian?
Some Concord grapes.
Is that a grape?
I have no idea.
Let's call it Tangerian.
I like
Tangerian grapes.
I know purple and green. Those are the grapes I know. And jelly.
Yeah. They probably use jelly, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why it was so good.
It's got to be why.
No. But no, I really enjoy the Grape Ape. It's been on at Tony's. I saw it. It was the Last Can. I said it's Kismet. I'm gonna bring this beer. It's good because it's very crisp and refreshing and has a great back end taste of. It's got sweetness and a little bit of sourness to it right on the back end. I'm not a sour guy, but I like the way that this one tastes.
All right, Rob, have you ever looked at yourself and thought, "I'm getting old"?
I mean, no, I still look like I'm 16. What? Why would I think that when I look at?
Yeah, I guess.
No, I get some bags under my eyes and a little bit of bruising sometimes, and I go, well, look at you. What are you, 60?
Like liver spots, like those types of bruisings?
No, just more like I don't know, a bruise, man.
All right.
Pretty sure I bruised my knee.
Well, I came to the conclusion that I'm aging a little bit. I'm getting older. I'm closer to middle age than I am far away. Last time we discussed this, I was talking about how mundane my life is, and I said that I prefer spinach over kale. And that is an old man thought. I had another old man thought, and it wasn't like a I'm going to have an old man thought. It was I had this thought, and then I reflected on it and said, damn it, I'm getting old. The edge is getting further and further away from me as I continue backpedaling from what used to be youth, what used to be risk, what used to be thrill, and now I am slowly going into this cocoon that will eventually turn into my grave.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, I just think that's a point in life that everybody reaches at one point.
I disagree.
And I'm getting there. But
I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly with my whole heart. I disagree.
why?
Because I'm 5 years older than you.
How old are you?
36.
I'm 32.
All right, my math is bad, but the point being, if you're saying I'm closer to middle age than I was,
Yeah.
I'm just saying you can change. It's a mental game. It's a mental game. I don't want to pull any cards. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I was older than you when I moved to California on a whim.
Yeah.
When I started rock climbing, Drew, all older than you.
Yeah. Right.
And I feel younger than ever.
Have you reached the age to the point in your life where you're like looking outside and you're like, I need some bird feeders in my front yard so I can admire the birds?
No, that is an old man thought, and you should.
Well,
you
I
should
had
really-
it. I had
know,
it, Roberts.
Well, you should slap yourself and get out of that mentality.
To the point where I haven't got the bird feeder yet, but I'm gonna
Don't
get the
do
bird
it.
feeder because we got cardinals in our yard, and I want to hang out with them, my cardinal friends.
If
and then,
we start talking about the birds in your yard on this podcast, I think.
but also, I looked into this thing. I think it's called I don't know what it was called, but it's essentially a Ring doorbell for birds. It's a fancy bird feeder that when it lands on it and to feed, you get a notification on your phone that's hooked up to a camera on the bird feeder, and you can watch it in real time from anywhere in the world.
When they pitched that, do you think that they said, we decided to introduce young person technology into old man hobbies?
I think so, and it's $400. I'm not paying that much.
$400?
I think it's called Feeder. I think that's what the thing is called. Yeah.
You got to get the feeder app.
Yeah, you got to get the device but
the E's don't have vertical lines.
But for real,
they're three horizontal lines makes the E.
Yeah, but I had this thought, and I was just like, this is something that old people do. This is an old person activity. But I feel a little comfort knowing that I'm not the only one around my age because, our friend Matt, he's been on the podcast before a few times in the past. He recently told me that his wife scolded him because he is buying too much bird seed for the birds.
It's expensive, man.
Yeah.
You're adding a very big expense. If you want the good birds. Now, I would recommend, because I've had this conversation, if you want to trick them, you can do a 25% high quality food ratio to a 75% low quality food ratio. They're going to pick through that shitty food for the good food, but you'll still get some good. You can't just go with the low end stuff. You got to go top shelf, at least 25% of your feed.
And who did you have
and
this
now this show has become something that I don't know what it is anymore.
How'd you have this conversation?
With my mom, who's a grandma.
She is.
And she's allowed. She's allowed to want squirrels and birds in her yard.
And I'm not.
I mean, you should want a mini ramp. You should
mini ramp?
A trampoline.
I do have a trampoline.
Yeah. Do you use it?
I have. I've done flips on it.
Get back to that.
Yeah.
Scare those birds away in your mind and in your yard.
How do I regain my edge, Rob? What do I need to do? You obviously, I think you did reach the point where you're losing your edge because now you're rock climbing. You're climbing rocks. You're putting yourself in danger. You're one accident away from dismembering your arm because you got caught in between a boulder and a cliff, and you've been stranded for 127 hours, and you snap that fucker and you take it off. You're on that path. So I think you were looking at yourself and saying, gosh darn it, I need to regain that youthful spirit that I once had. I'm going to climb some rocks. What do I need to do? Specifically me.
I think honestly, if you're thinking about birds, you should stay on the nature.
Become a bird?
Become a trapper. Become a trapper. Not a hunter, be a trapper.
I feel like that's a little too hillbilly and old for me. Trapper?
Trap with your trap with your hands.
Be like Elmer Fudd.
So hide in piles of leaves, and then when coyotes come,
I'm hunting
jump
wabbits.
out and grab them.
I'm hunting wabbits.
I mean, that's the edgiest thing I can think of for Wisconsin.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt any animals. I want to observe them in their natural habitat. I want to observe them.
It's trapping. It's not hunting. It's
Well,
not
what the
killing.
fuck's the point of trapping them? What do you
put them in your basement?
What do you do afterwards? You just let them go? No, you kill those suckers. That's what you do.
You put them in your basement, which you're not using for anything anyway.
Laundry, storage,
Animal storage.
maybe. You want to know a weird story about animal storage? So,
Sure.
So my sister, she has this house, Grand Rapids. I visited it a couple of weeks ago. I go in the basement, and there's this one room. It's like that's finished, quote unquote. You have to open up a door, and it's pretty small. It's maybe like a 8x10 room, okay? And on the carpet of this room, bloodstains. Like lots of bloodstains. Seriously. And
Following.
when she first moved in there they are. And there's also these pictures of Jesus around on the walls. Then she finds 4 dismembered deer legs under her shed in her backyard. Like the shed is lifted kind of a little bit and you can look under it. Found 4 dismembered legs.
What does that mean? Bones, or was there meat? What is
Nah,
a
dude.
dismembered
Like
leg?
just like a deer legs.
like the bones?
No, the hair was still on them. They were cut off.
They were just so they were chopped, not ripped.
Probably chopped, yeah. Hence,
Okay, I'm just trying to get all the information here. There's a lot to unpack.
would you move into that house? Well, I mean, she found
It wasn't baby legs. It was.
I don't know, dude. But yeah, but she
deer legs.
She found them underneath
they're-
after she moved in, but the bloodstains were there.
I mean, I probably would have asked the realtor to get rid of that carpet.
Yeah, why wouldn't she do
Why?
that?
What kind of realtor are you using that shows a room with bloodstains?
There's some questionable people in Grand Rapids.
Also, I guess kudos. Were these deer legs not hidden well underneath the shed?
They're like
Or was
sticking
there-
out
was-
like
was
the
she
wick.
climbing underneath the shed to find stuff?
I don't know. There might have, like a ball might have gone under or something, or maybe they were sticking out like the Wicked Witch of the West or the East. Or
We
whatever.
went in looking for mold. We came out with a whole nother problem.
Yeah, strange, don't you think?
It's just a waste of deer legs, I guess. I don't condone that.
Is that what I need to start doing? I need to start sacrificing animals in the name of Christ to regain my edge. Make that
will
deal.
not give you edge.
Make that deal with the devil, if you will. Sacrifices.
I don't know. Maybe start small and trim the beard down. Get a razor.
I have a beard trimmer. I'll trim it.
No. You got to get that sharp line down the
No.
jaw.
No, I'm not.
No,
Those people look like douchebags. Another thing.
Yeah, but you know what douchebags have? Edge. That's what they have.
Not necessarily. You know what else I did today before the podcast and why I'm a little extra tired today? I
Mowed your lawn.
played pickleball.
You played pickleball?
Like legit. We played it. I learned the
Yeah.
rules.
Were you sweating?
No,
Were you?
Yeah, I was. I was sweaty afterwards.
I'm
Shuffling.
jealous.
I was like, doing a little shuffle. There's something wrong with me. And we need to figure out in the next however many minutes on what I can do to regain my edge. Is it changing my clothes? Is it taking risks? What risks should I take, Rob? What could I do that don't involve like drugs or prostitutes?
You could start climbing. There's places there. Breakneck. You could go to Breakneck.
I've done that before. Too scary.
Okay, so therein lies one of our issues. What about street racing?
In my Nissan Pathfinder
You could soup it up.
or the Buick Verano? Which one would you suggest street racing?
The Buick. Soup up the Buick. That way you get luxury and speed.
Yeah, right. This ain't your granddaddy's Buick here. I don't know if that would be the case. I'm going to some concerts in a couple of weeks. But am I going
That's
to be?
kind of an old man thing now too, though.
Yeah, is it?
Are they new bands or are they bands from 20 years ago?
Well,
Your hesitation speaks volumes.
no, I'm going to 2 concerts. So I'm going to see next week Saturday. I'm going to see the Circle Jerks and the Descendants, who have been around since the '80s. But they're good punk bands. And then I'm going to see Heart Attack Man, and they've been around for only like I don't know 5 years, 6 years. They're younger than
Yeah, but
they're in their
what
20s.
were the members of Heart Attack Man in before Heart Attack Man?
This is it. This is their first band. They're in their mid 20s.
Okay, that was unexpected.
Yeah, they're
I
good.
expected you to say, "Oh, it's a mix up between
No.
groups like the Crossendos and Crucible."
Well, the Crucible is a book, a play.
Could be a band too.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Don't look it up.
You ever read the Crucible?
Did I ever read the Crucible? Come on, who do you think I am?
So no,
No, I didn't. I have not read it.
I've read it.
It's good. Hooray for you.
Yeah.
Can I get the Cliff Notes? What's it about?
I don't remember, but I had to read it in college for a playwright class. I read it. It was there.
Sounds like college really is worth all the money.
Yeah, it's not. What else could I do? If that's should I go in the mosh pit, get in a fight? I don't want to get in a fight.
Yeah, don't do
I
that.
really don't want to do that.
I mean, I don't have any ideas for you. I think I love you the way you are. Just stop with the birds. That's all I'm saying. They're not real. What's the point?
If I get that feeder thing, it's like
You're watching them watch you.
I'm watching
It's
them watch
infinity
me.
mirror.
You're right.
Maybe their heads will explode and you'll get it on camera.
Wouldn't that be something? I don't know what else I could do, man. I'm gonna go fishing this summer. Old man sport.
I mean, the fishing transcends age.
What do you mean?
I don't think fishing is an old man sport or a young man sport. I think fishing is just fishing. It's you've got kids, you should be fishing.
If I get to the point where I'm wearing my hat like my grandfather does, where it's, it extends my. Speaking of grandparents, my grandpa is calling me. I'll call him back.
That's odd.
Where
You
it's
should
like
take that call
where
and
it's like
pause this.
6 inches off my head. All right, hold on. Let me pause this. I'll talk to Gramps. Okay, conversation with.
We need to
Gramps.
get that guy on the podcast.
My grandpa.
His voice is amazing.
He says
The cadence in which he speaks. I wish that would have been a recorded conversation.
He says some funny stuff. My Gramps. He's a good guy, good man.
But honestly, for me, I think I carry one of my grandpa's hats. I have it here with me in California.
Yeah,
There's going to be a day where I look good in that hat. It's not today.
I think you
I'm
look
waiting
good in
for
every
the
hat
day.
you wear.
Not this one.
When
Not this one.
when did you look in the mirror and say to yourself, "I'm a man"?
God, it's not that long ago. It took a while.
What did it take? What did it take for you to really like bask in your masculinity? And I don't think that's. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I don't think you embraced who you are. You embraced your identity, and you said, "God damn it, I'm a man." What did it take? What'd you have to do?
I think it was getting away from my family and friends.
Okay.
That I was like when I got out here, I do recall finally having the thought where it's like, you're a fucking grown up, man.
Was it
You're
like
grown up?
you're a grown up man, or you're a grown up man?
I think it was grown up, man is how it probably came out. But good, but that it's a boy who's a grown up is a man. A boy plus adult equals man. I think
Okay.
That's the equation of the testosterone based sex.
So was it like when you moved?
It was when I got rid of the safety net and I had to
Right.
figure things out on my own. That's what made me feel.
Was it in the hotel
like-
after you realized
What's that?
was it in your hotel after you realized the apartment you originally were going to get was fake, or was it like a glimpse? You're stepping out the shower, you just see your naked body, and you're in the state of California, and you're like, Here
I think it was
like,
probably after
reborn,
after I got my job, stepping out of the shower,
reborn, if you will. You
looked
know what I
over
mean?
to the right where the mirror was, gave
Okay.
myself a little wink, a
Yeah.
little nod.
Did the reflection wink back?
No, that's what's crazy. Never told anybody about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm bad at winking, so I might have blinked, so I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's to feel. I assume that that's the question you're asking is when did you feel like an adult? When did you realize you were an adult? For me, it was once I got rid of the safety net and I had myself set up out here. So it wasn't until I got my job
Okay.
and I started to excel at it. Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Did you do like a bunch of push-ups afterwards? A couple sit-ups?
It was probably a bunch of sit-ups and a couple push-ups because that's where I'm at physically.
Did you itch your ass afterwards? And you're like, yeah.
I mean, that's natural.
This is a
I mean,
man.
I can't say that those I can't say there was a correlation between the two, but they both happened.
This is a man itching his ass. Like, all right. Just wondering. I don't know that I've ever had that thought. Like, I'm a man, Maybe when, like, the beard started growing, and I was just like, yeah, this is a manly feature. This is a masculine thing. But I don't know that I ever described myself as a man. I wear so many hats, Robert. And maybe that's why,
yeah.
I'm a educator. I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm a son. I'm a husband. But when the fuck am I going to say I'm a man? What do I need to do?
Well, those who can't teach, and you're a teacher of man, teacher of humans.
Humans.
Yeah.
Well,
So you'll never be. Is what I'm trying to say.
okay. I teach math, though.
It's very important.
Just saying, man. I just gotta.
No, I
gotta do some
how does
self-reflection.
having children and wives and stuff not make you feel?
So many people told me when the first one was born, you're just a baby with a baby. You're too young. You've ruined your life. Baby with a baby. It always echoed in my mind. You're too young to have a kid. So therefore, I was like, well, then I'm not a man. I'm not a man if everyone's telling me I'm a baby. But I'll prove all these motherfuckers wrong. And I did it. I did great. And then I said,
You think it turned out okay?
yeah.
Be
sure.
honest. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm joking. Madison is amazing.
Yeah, she's great. And I was like, I did so well at it. I'm going to do it 2 more times. And I've done it 2 more times. And I'll never do it again. That's where it stops. Is it?
Stop.
I also have, and maybe this is what's pushing the narrative further. On my calendar, on my cellular device, in the month of August, the word vasectomy is on there.
You're getting a vasectomy. That's what'll make you a man. Once you get the snip.
That will make me a man?
I think
Once I
so.
take I take away the ability to procreate and spread my seed as the punk scene too. I'll never stop spreading that. But I'll be able to never spread my seed again the way God intended me to. Then I'll be a man?
Yeah, because you just stepped up to God.
You're right. I looked at him in the face and I said,
you just got chin to chin with God and said, fuck you, bitch.
And
I will make no more children.
You know what's even better? Christian organizations doing it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so the real slap in the face.
I'm going to hold a Bible when it's happening. I'm going to read some passages. Maybe read, Moses 3:16 or whoever that is.
Like a shitting dog just staring him down while it happens. Dead-eyed.
I'm locking eyes with the Lord himself, the creator of mankind, creator of this world. And I'm going to say, you know what? You made me this body and I'm going to mutilate it. I'm going to cut it. The vas deferens.
I hope that's the way you think about it while it's happening, and I hope when you walk out, I hope as soon as it's over, as soon as you hear the snip of the scissors, or you wake up, I don't know if they put you under for that.
No, they don't. You stay awake.
But as soon as you hear the snip of the scissors, you just go, "I'm a man."
I shuffle out of there limping because I have discomfort.
You got the V limp,
and I got the bag of frozen peas on my testicles. I'll go, this is peak manhood.
Yeah.
I've climbed the mountain. I've met some people along the way, and gosh darn it, I'm on the way down now.
I mean, yeah, that's, if anything, plateau for a little bit first.
Yeah, for sure.
Bask in the glory.
You ever gonna get a vasectomy?
I should have gotten one a long time ago, I think. I have a mental vasectomy. It's called not being able to talk to women that way.
Mental vasectomy, huh?
Yeah, it's a mental vasectomy. It's genetic.
I've never
It's God laughing at me, actually, is what it is.
Yeah, right. It's like you gotta have a yin to the yang, where I'm, depriving
You're
myself.
watching birds, but you've got children. I'm climbing rocks, but I can't seem to,
I've never seen you interact with like a woman as far as like
Ever.
I've seen
If
you.
it's a waitress, you don't eat.
I've seen you interact with. I've been around you when you had a girlfriend, but I've never seen you like. I've never seen you on the prowl, on the whatever you want to call it. I would say hunt, but that just doesn't sound appropriate.
In pursuit, perhaps.
Right, that's
Maybe
a good.
That sounds better than in the hunts.
Or on the prowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because my active pursuit is literally what most people would call indifference. It's like I mimic indifference, and that's me very interested. So you'll know. I'm like a ghost. You don't see it.
What's your go-to?
And then you don't know if it's real, and it goes away, and it's not actually real. So
what's your go-to pickup line?
I have no pickup line.
You told me yesterday.
Oh well, no. Me and my buddy Michael, we decided a good first date first line.
Oh, okay.
So not a pickup line.
Okay.
On the first date is, how do you feel about Miss Piggy?
What are you supposed to say? What is the answer that you're looking for, Miss Piggy?
I'm not looking for any. I have no expectations, man.
Yeah.
But if somebody, if a female really likes Miss Piggy, you might be looking down the barrel of a Miss Piggy. She doesn't, if you're Kermit, you don't want a Miss Piggy. You want somebody a little bit more chilled out.
Isn't that a strange combination? There wasn't really any other Muppet relationships, just Miss Piggy and Kermit. You know what I mean?
I think her and Animal should have got together. Really,
that would make sense.
I think they would have hit it off.
When they made like the Office-esque reality show of the Muppets, it only lasted like 6 episodes. Kermit and her are divorced.
That's what. Yeah, because if she got what she wanted, she would realize how bad it was.
Yeah.
She's into the hunt. She's into the pursuit.
I mean, you're just thinking about it, though. How really would that work? Pig and a frog.
I mean, they're both made of
velvet.
Yeah, I was gonna say velvet, but then I was like, is it? It's felt, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, they're one of their orifices is taken already. There's a hand in there. There's nothing you can do with that.
Do you think they know that?
I assume so.
All right.
Although, who knows?
Is that kind of like a metaphor on life, Rob? Isn't somebody's hand up all of our asses? Just
until you get a vasectomy, yeah.
We're just puppets.
Yeah, but once you cut that little triangle shaped.
Is it triangle
spherical
shaped? I think it's just a tube, isn't it?
I think it's not triangle shaped. It's like one part of a jack. Remember the game Jacks?
No.
Where you gotta bounce the ball and you pick up the things. You don't know what I'm talking about? All right, let me find another.
Bounce the ball and you pick up.
It looks like I feel like the little thing that they cut out looks like a dowsing rod.
How have you've seen it? You've seen what they cut out?
I've watched medical shows.
What?
I think it looks like a dowsing rod. That's all I'm saying.
Is it like an
My
ER
brother, my brother
episode?
got one, I think, and I think he told me.
Was it like an episode of The Good Doctor?
Yeah,
An emergency
and
vasectomy?
he took it on. He said, dowsing rod.
No. You ever watched The Good Doctor?
I've seen very overly dramatic parts of The Good Doctor.
Yeah,
My
I
mom watched it.
I watched like a clip of it, and I was like, there's no way I could handle watching this show because it's
No.
an actor who does not have autism, from my knowledge, pretending like he has autism.
But apparently he does a good job. I don't know.
Is that really a good thing?
What are you getting at? Are you one of these people that say they should have hired an autistic actor?
No, not necessarily. I mean, they can hire whoever they want. It's a different conversation for off the microphone. Because we're approaching
Okay,
we're approaching a slippery slope where one of us is going to say something that we don't mean in a joking manner, and the next thing you know, we're on TMZ.
I think that would only help us. I really do.
Yeah,
and I'll take that bullet. I'll say whatever.
that guy goes from playing Norman Bates to Good Doctor.
Not a big difference, though.
No.
No, I'm wrong. Is that what you're saying? Or
No, I there isn't a big difference, I don't think. I don't know if that show's still going on, but wouldn't that be something if all of a sudden, like, the series finale is he too keeps his mother frozen in a freezer?
it's like his last case is his mom comes in and she dies, but it breaks him mentally. So she takes him back to Bates, and it's The Good Doctor is actually a prequel to.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
You ever watch Bates Motel?
No.
It's a good show. Pretty solid.
I think I saw an episode of it. I remember when those shows came out. But
All right, so you go
Question for you.
Yeah.
What's a better show? Because this came up at the bar the other day, and Michael Clark. Maybe I shouldn't have said his last name, but you know what? Everybody knows who he is. He doesn't care about privacy. It's like his big thing.
I don't know
doesn't
who he
like
is.
privacy.
Okay.
Futurama was on, and somebody had said at the other end of the bar, "Oh, Futurama was the Rick and Morty of 10, 20 years ago, whatever." And Lee, who worked on both shows or with both creators or whatever, was there but didn't get to hear it, unfortunately. And I said, I think Futurama is a better show. What do you think, Rick and Morty or Futurama? Which one's better?
Futurama.
All right, so we're on the same side. Michael was convinced that you'd be on the other side of that one. Maybe I was convinced too.
I haven't watched enough Rick and Morty to really maybe validate that. I've seen
This is going to get us on TMZ, is saying that Futurama is better than Rick and Morty in today's world, in today's day and age.
I mean, I think like the jokes in Futurama are sometimes more thought out.
That's a controversial statement, because I would say, honestly, the jokes are the one thing in Rick and Morty that are better.
I don't know.
Now, the Futurama jokes are great, but the story of Futurama
is better.
Is much that's more thought out. In Futurama, there's episodes that literally make me fucking cry. And now, Rick and Morty can make you tear up. You know, when Rick tries to kill himself and is too drunk to do so. The music's swell. It's a little. That'll get you. It'll get you in your heart organ gland.
I just haven't watched enough. I think that's what it is. But the way Futurama ended was like I think a really good way for a cartoon series to end. Do you remember?
The falling bit, right?
Well, they're all like, the world freezes and it's just Leela and Fry. And they go through life together. They spend a whole eternity, and then all of a sudden, like, the swooshy thing keeps showing up, and then it's that old fucker. I forget his name.
Farnsworth?
The old man. Fry's uncle or whatever.
Philo T. Farnsworth, the grandpa. But he's actually the great grandson, right?
Yeah, something like that. He comes back and he like figured out like the method to fix the frozen world, and then he just goes, "What do you say? You wanna take another ride?" To Leela, and she says yes, and then it brings you back to the very first episode.
Ah,
So it's like a loop, an endless loop. But yeah,
that's why it's so rewatchable.
Yeah, and I haven't watched enough Rick and Morty to give that any validity to my statement, but no, I think Futurama is a good show.
I mean, and Rick and Morty's great, but it's I do think that Futurama is overall. I don't know, man. I think it's a better show in terms of overall balance.
Yeah,
Rick and Morty episode by episode joke to like in terms of the depth of their jokes. Maybe that's the better show. I don't know. It depends on the rubric you use, but I know this. I watched Futurama many times through. Rick and Morty only once. I don't go back and rewatch a lot of Rick and Morty.
Wow,
and Dan Harmon is one of my favorite writers. So it's
that's just the beauty of life, Rob. That's just the beauty of existing. Is we're allowed to all have opinions. At the same time,
I don't think that's true.
At the same time of being correct, you're also incorrect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big old
crazy.
circle. Unless you're like homophobic and racist, then you don't deserve an opinion. In my,
I don't know if you're allowed to say that even.
No, I'm allowed to say it. Somebody in my family posted a pretty homophobic status on Facebook, and it's bothered me. And I don't really know this person very well. It's theoretically it's my mom's aunt, so my great aunt. I don't know when the hell last time I ever saw her was. She added me on Facebook randomly one time, and she posted some homophobic shit. She's from West Virginia, hillbilly, and I don't like it. And I wanted to be
why does it matter? Why does it matter though?
Because she's breeding, she's raising people to be just like her.
So what's your solution? Kill her?
I wait it out.
Your hesitation speaks volumes once again.
No. I just
I'm legitimately interested in this because I'm a firm believer that people are allowed to think what they.
You don't think gays should have rights? That's crazy, Robert.
Repeat that.
I said you don't think gays should have rights? That's crazy.
That's not. How did you make that jump?
I'm just kidding.
And end the episode there, I guess, right?
You're allowed to have opinions, and maybe with
freedom of thought and freedom of speech go in multiple directions.
Sure.
I'm saying, why do we let other people's thoughts and the way that they express them matter so much? Okay, you think gay people shouldn't be married? All right, well, fuck off. You're not part of my circle of friends, but you can say and think what you want.
You're right.
It's only making you a miserable person. You will not make me miserable based on what comes out of your mouth.
I think it upsets me more because it's my grandmother's sister, and there is a very strong likelihood that my grandmother agrees.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Don't give grandparents Facebook. That's the real issue.
I didn't give her Facebook.
Nobody should be giving anybody over a certain age. They should not be allowed on the internet. They should not be. Let them go on the internet. They can ingest whatever they want, but they should not be able to spew anything. In my opinion, if you're 65 or older, if you're 70 or older, we need to make a cutoff and go, these people, I'm sorry, you grew up in another time. I understand why you feel this way. You were force-fed it for your entire life, and now that's just the world that you live in. You're not allowed to have new technology.
Yeah, maybe.
You can think and say what you want but don't it's like as soon as you give the I don't know, maybe I'm a hypocrite because I feel like I totally am based. If you go back 3 minutes in the podcast, I think I just said let everybody say whatever they want, however they want. But now you know what? It's not the homophobic comments, it's the age, Drew.
So we should be ages.
70-year-olds should not have Facebook.
I agree. The 13 to like what, 62? That's a good enough time to be on Facebook and social media.
Yeah,
And then you got other things to fly. Just be happy you're
by
alive.
then you've got birds to look at. You know, it's,
Right. Isn't it crazy? Like, especially nowadays, like the people that are in like their 80s or their 70s, like they've seen this majority of their life. They have not had any sort of technology or social media. For us, it's going to be different. We were there at the birth of it.
yeah. So,
And we were the people that grew
if
with
you
it.
raised chickens when you were a child, if your parents had chickens in your yard,
For dinner, like that, you raise them to eat them later.
yeah, just so that once a year you could eat meat. Like you shouldn't be on social media.
Yeah, I agree with that. We should write Congress and see what we
Yeah.
can do here.
We should have your grandpa on. He can tell us his thoughts on this theory.
He has no idea how any of that works. He
So he would be on our side.
he
I
is
feel
on
like he would-
Facebook. My grandpa who called is on Facebook, but he
What's his last post? Is this thing on?
kind of he like what was it? He like posted like a response to a message that he got as a status. made no sense. Made like just no context, and we're just like, what? And so it was, yes, and that you know, I think that's the real test of time is if you're gonna be on it at past that age, you cannot understand how it works.
That's the thing. Okay, if you don't understand how it works, please go on it. Give the people that don't understand it. It's like politicians. We should not be giving political jobs to people who want them.
Right.
Only to people who don't. People who don't, like old people who don't want to know how to use social media. Please give them a Facebook and an Instagram because it's going to be hilarious for the rest of us. But
Well, oddly enough, Facebook's going to be a thing of the past because no kids these days use
not
Facebook.
cool.
I get mocked by my 14-year-old child for having a Facebook, and she says I'm old because of it.
yeah, you're supposed to be on Snapchat now.
I'm on Snapchat. I got Snapchat. I sent you a snap weeks ago, and you haven't opened it.
I got because it's not on my phone anymore.
You
I
forgot
got rid of the
your
app.
goddamn password, huh? Jeez. Well,
I got rid of the app. I just uninstalled it.
oh, well, that explains it. But I mean, no, I don't know what they use. TikTok, I guess. I don't know.
No, I think it's on to Cash App. Cash App does everything now, right?
Sends cash to people.
Yeah, but you can also update your the location status, marital status.
On Cash App?
Yeah, glasses status.
That's weird.
I might be getting the name wrong. It might be something else.
You're on
Might
like
be WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is sketchy. Yeah. You can call people. I don't know. Remember chat roulette?
No.
Oh, okay.
I remember a joke about it on South Park, so it must have been 10 years ago now?
Possibly. A lot of wieners on it.
That's what I remember, yeah.
Yeah, a lot. And it's like,
That was what they were, the truth behind the joke on South Park was
does that work for people?
probably works better than what I do. I have a better chance using chat roulette.
I don't think it exists anymore. What do you do? What's your thing?
My thing?
You're just you, man. And if they can't,
That's what I do. Yeah.
they can't accept you
it
for
doesn't,
who-
and it doesn't get results, Drew. I'm just me, and it doesn't get results.
It's because you don't. It's because you're so goddamn secretive about everything. About when it comes to the opposite sex, the one that you're attracted to, you're so secretive about it. You're like,
I
ooh,
drop little hints.
little hints. That doesn't do anything.
Sometimes I move my head to the left slightly.
You ever watch Ted Lasso? You gotta spit at your fucking reflection like Nate does, and you gotta grab life by the testicles and say, God damn it, I'm a man. I moved to California, and I'm looking for a dame. Along with writing opportunities. Not in that order, though. Writing opportunities first, then a dame.
Yeah, that's why. Well, that's why the dame, as you put it, heavy quotes. I would say broad. But
Wow.
that was me. That was just
You sound like my great aunt right now.
yeah. That's why I don't post on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's I need to buckle down on my selfishness, which is writing. I can't be taking things to another level with people.
What if you're writing about like it can be like the First Date Chronicles by Robert Phillips. You just go on all these first.
It'd be a short ass book with no words in it. That's what. But I'll write about it.
It's a blank page. There's blank
It's a
pages.
blank page.
There's
There's
a
nothing
create
more optimistic than a blank page.
It's a create your own adventure. Your name's just on the cover. That's kind of brilliant, actually.
Yeah. You should do that. That's all. That's your brainchild. I think you'd have more words to put into it.
I'm like your ghostwriter. You take the credit.
I like that. Then I'll get a credit.
Yeah.
Although one thing we need to talk about is I'm accredited in a ninja movie.
Oh, that's right. The ninja movie. Yeah, we got some time.
Do we have time?
Yeah, we do.
Talk about this?
Go for it.
Yeah, from it is now 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
That Fist the Dragon was released to our high school.
Fists?
I don't know when it got.
FISTS?
No, FIST. Hard stop. The Dragon.
Fist the Dragon.
Yes.
Is it Fist, comma the Dragon, or
No, it's Fist the Dragon.
The Dragon.
It's about a gay ninja and his gay ninja sensei. It's not really about that, but that's part of it. It's part of it.
Is it homophobic?
It's a big part of it, Drew.
Is this why you were defending homophobia before?
Hey, I'm just saying, me and my friends were making ninja movies that advocated for the rights of gay ninjas a long time before it was popular, Drew.
Good. Proud of you. It's progressing. Yeah. This is progression.
But I was credited as ninja not in film because my scene got cut.
Then you're just laying on the ground.
I'm just laying in the background dead. That's what experimental camera work will get you. Trying to film a fight scene in reverse slow motion so you can put it on fast forward later.
All right.
It sounds good. It sounds like, hey, that would be kind of cool. You know how hard it is to facially express being in a fight in slow motion in reverse? It's very difficult. Very difficult to keep a straight face.
And you, this is available on YouTube, correct?
It is. But you have to look up Fist the Dragon, Part 1.
All right.
There's 5 parts, and you should be able to get as you finish Part 1, Part 2 should be in the related videos. There's motorcycle chases. It takes place at breakneck. There's different languages. There's everything you want is in there.
Is there love?
Yeah, between the ninja and his sensei. There's comedy. I was dying laughing. It's so funny too. It's really I forgot how good that movie was until I watched it recently. And then there's outtakes.
Oh,
bloopers.
Great. Everyone loves the blooper reels.
Yeah. I mean, this is
real deal
30
shit.
minutes that you can give up 30 minutes of your life to Fist the Dragon. It's worth it.
Well, on that note, you know what I fisted? This Chromatic Shatter Hazy Pale Ale from Broadleaf Brewery and Spirits in Michigan. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's nothing that is like groundbreaking. It's a good hazy though. It's delicious. I would have it again. It's a lighter IPA, 5.5. So you're not going too crazy with it. You can enjoy it. You can enjoy another, and you can continue living. How was yours?
Yeah. I am savoring it. So I still have a little bit left, but that's because of how much I enjoy it. If you like a crisp IPA that doesn't have necessarily the dankness to it, that some traditional IPAs can have based on their ingredients. Like this is actually a really, really good beer, and it balances that beer wine taste really well. So it's a treat. It's very good, and I think anybody that enjoys a good IPA will enjoy it.
Excellent. Make sure you follow us on all things. Twitter kind of fucking sucks. You can follow us on there if you want.
We're not still on Twitter, are we?
I just posted links on there. At Dudes on a Porch on Twitter. Dudes with Bruce Pods on Instagram. You can go to our TeePublic site as well and buy our shirts, stickers, phone cases, bags, pillows, tapestries, a lot of things you can get. We got some good designs. You can follow us on TikTok. I got some good videos on there.
What videos do we have on TikTok?
I don't know. I make them. I make TikToks.
I guess I'll have to follow us.
Wow. What a shitty co-host you are.
You don't keep me in on the loop on this shit.
I told you we got a TikTok. One of our TikToks has over 5,000 views on it.
Dang.
It hasn't helped us at all. Otherwise, it's just.
You know what? What's the part one of Fist of the Dragon has like 650,000 views.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But part two, like 400. I think people thought it was a Jackie Chan movie.
Probably.
A Bruce Lee movie or something, you know, like
that's awesome.
Because when you don't put in part one, you get like a bunch of other movies come up about the Dragon Fist and all this. But yeah.
You really only held 400 people over.
Yeah, only 400 people decided to click.
That's like not even 1%.
Watched it all the way to the end.
That's pretty bad. But, you know, at the same time.
Let's get those numbers up. If we can get them up to 501.
Yeah. Let's do it. But, yeah. Follow us and all that stuff. All right? Thank you. Don't forget to Fist the Dragon.
Never.